Okay, I think we'll have to stop, but I do have another question here from Susie, and she's asking about the 3 boxes in the materials palette. Yes, those little boxes. So she's talking about those 3 boxes. The first box determines what you are going to show as far as the material. Will it be a color, a solid color, gradient, or pattern? And if you click on your materials palette or materials swatch, you'll have the tabs are here. Solid color, gradient, pattern. So if you want to switch from a gradient to a solid color or a pattern, you just have to do that. And you can see that little arrow. Might not be very visible on the screen, but on yours it should show. Then the second one has to do with the texture. So you want to add a texture or not. And the texture is the same thing as you will get here. This is the texture. So you want to apply a texture or not. And with the texture, it's just like a mask. Black will block. So the more black it has, the more of the color will be blocked. So if you have something lighter in color, you'll see more of your material. And the texture can be applied to a solid color, to a gradient, or a pattern. That was my pattern here. So it will give you the effect, whichever you want. So if you have the texture, you click OK, and you say, no, I don't want a texture. You just toggle here. And the third one has to do with transparency. So you want it or you don't. And if you have the brush tool active, you'll notice that the transparent box, is not going to be available. You can't have an invisible paint, for example. You see how it disappeared. But if you have a text tool or a vector, so let's load the text. Now you can have a fill and no outline. And notice here you can't make it transparent anymore because, well, that would mean nothing. So if you make the outline visible, then you can have the fill invisible. So those are those little boxes. And here you have other swatches. These are only solid colors, and they will be useful mostly when you want to make a gradient that is going from the foreground and the background, because otherwise you can't see them. So if I go and click here and I try to find my foreground, background, you can see it goes from black to red. So if I want to change that to something else, I can click on that tiny one and change it to green, and it will automatically affect my foreground background gradient using those 2 colors. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the campus!